Good afternoon. Hope all is well. I thought our guys did an outstanding job when faced with some adversity early in that game and finding ways to overcome some adverse situations. I thought we had the intestinal fortitude to overcome it, and our guys found a way collectively to come away with a victory, and it was an impressive team victory. Kudos to the Las Vegas Raiders. I thought they did an outstanding job, but I'm glad we found a way to drag our asses across the finish line together. With that said, I'm all ears.
You guys faced the Bills a couple of times last year, and they look like they made some more improvements, particularly in pass rush, I guess. But how do they look different this year than last on defense?
You know what? They're looking good. Obviously, you can't go without taking a peek at Von Miller and everything that he brings to the table. Obviously, in our opinion, he's probably a future Hall of Famer that does an outstanding job. Here's a guy that's had a lot of success in his career, and obviously he can share some of that wisdom with some of the younger players that he's playing with. But that defense is strong. Obviously, they have a great head coach in Sean McDermott. I've known since '99. I've also known the defensive coordinator, Coach Les Frazier, since '99. We even worked together in Minnesota. So I know the system in which they implement. Those guys do a great job of implementing it. On top of that, their guys go out there and play fast. That's the impressive thing. And they very seldom, if at all, make mistakes. So it's about our offense going out and out executing what they do schematically.
Eric, what is it about your team that has this propensity to keep coming back from double-digit deficits? And what have you seen from Patrick specifically that just knows that he just really raises his game up a notch when that happens?
Yeah, so first of all, we always talk about and discuss just living in the moment and making sure that our guys understand the importance of today. Tomorrow can't happen if we don't take care of business today. You know, just like today. Today is about situational football, whether it's short yardage and goal line, our third down. Those are the emphasis, and we understand those are important pieces to helping us to obtain the victory on Sunday. But we want our guys to focus on that today. Live in this moment so we can give ourselves the best opportunity to go out and execute on game day. Now, as far as talking about Pat does a heck of a job of just his preparation and how he prepares, his mental preparation, you know, as far as studying, knowing exactly what type of schemes we're seeing and what to anticipate. But on top of that, the way we physically practice, we practice at game speed. You know, everything is about going full speed, giving our guys an opportunity to make sure that we're rehearsing what we expect to do on Sunday. And so, you know, we have a great head coach. We have a great culture in what we do. So we like where we're at, and it just gives our guys an opportunity to live in the moment because of their mental and physical preparation. And that gives us the ability to go out there and play. You don't like spotting teams 17 points, but our guys understand it's all about living in the moment. We can't come back unless we take care of the next play. And that's by far the most important thing. And then we can focus on the next one and keep it moving after that.
You guys are clearly mixing running backs. Clyde has had his games. Isaiah had his moments. Last game it was Jet. Fair to say that, you know, in the committee it's kind of hot hand. If the guy's playing well, we're going to keep riding him.
Oh, yeah. I thought Jarek did a great job of just setting it off. You know, that 30-yard run or so that he had earlier, that set the tone, that set the tempo, picked our guys up. It was the spark that we needed. And from that point on, obviously Jarek contributed and did a heck of a job. But it was good. It's always good when you have a good group of football players that, you know, love and respect each other because they understand, hey, he just made a play. Let's keep riding with him and see exactly what unfolds. So it was fun to watch. But on top of that, we also know, hey, next week or this particular week, and it could be Clyde, it could be Pacheco, it could be Burt, it could be Pat making plays with his legs, it could be McCole. So next man up.
Eric, as a former player, you know what it's like to play in games where you're not 100%. That appears to be the case with McCole. Just how do you use your coaching and your playing experience to sort of get him to be effective, even if he's not touching the ball as much as you guys maybe would anticipate if he is fully
healthy? When it's all said and done with, our job is to make sure that our guys understand the expectations. Our goal is to win. And so regardless of whether the numbers or touches are coming to you, we're a team. And so you guys have heard me talk about this before. We don't talk about numbers. That's not the important thing. It's about what are we going to do each and every day to help us to obtain the most important alphabet in this business, and that's a W. And so we just want our guys to make sure that they're doing everything under the sun, mentally preparing themselves, physically taking care of themselves, and doing whatever they need to do, whether it's in the training room or in the weight room or in the cold tub or whatever, also taking care of business while they're at home. And so regardless of what role, players may seem to have or not have, every role is by far the most important because they're helping the piece of the puzzle. They're helping us to basically come together and make this thing go. I thought McCole did a heck of a job this weekend. Probably one of his better games that he played, this entire season. And the thing that was impressive more than anything was what he did when the ball was not in his hands, just some of the perimeter blocking. Those are the things that stand out, not just to me, but to us as an offense, and those things help spark us.
Eric, you talking about getting things going. I think in the first half, the numbers were 3 sacks and 6 pressures. In the second half is 1 sack, 1 pressure. They do something to surprise you? Is that just part of setting them up with the overall play calling scheme as to why they were so effective early and you got a hold of it later?
I like to say we set them up. But they got game records. Those guys, and give Josh McDaniels and Pat Graham their credit as well. And those guys played their tails off. Just like I discussed last week, Crosby is a game wrecker. Chandler Jones is a game wrecker. Those guys did a hell of a job. And, that defense, they did some things that not so much caught us off guard, but they were just playing better than us. Our guys finally settled down and just lived in the moment and finally said, you know what, let's just play this one play and see what happens. Then we'll line up and play the next play and see what happens. Our guys started getting in the rhythm. We started living in the moment. We wasn't stressing anything. We just found a way to play one play at a time. And when it was all said and done with, we found a way collectively to win it.
And then philosophically, going for it on 4th down, we saw McDaniels go long, right? And that would be effective. So often teams are just, they want to get that 1st down and they don't use that whole stretch of the field. Like, is that a part of, I know you guys are fairly aggressive when it comes to going for it on 4th down, but is that something you have to remind yourself? We do have the whole field. And what was your reaction when you saw him take that shot when he, didn't have to go down there?
Well, and here's the thing. In this day and age, it seems like everybody's being a little bit more aggressive these days. So we expect it at all times because when it's all said and done, when everybody wants to give themselves the best chance of winning, and regardless of what the number said, if they're feeling pretty good, 9 out of 10, they felt that they can get it done. So they didn't get it done, but our job was to make sure that we can finish the game. And I thought that we did an outstanding job of doing the little things that we needed to do to help us to accomplish the goal.
You use the whole field, though, on 4th down?
Oh, yes. You have to. You have to. And I don't want to give all the secret sauce away now.
I know you guys got the ball kind of 4-minute offense, got 1 first down, then didn't get it done, get that second one. I couldn't quite see a good enough replay. On the second down play, was there room to cut back for Clyde, to make that 3rd and shorter, or just what was your feeling in the way you guys performed in that 4-minute offense?
As a former running back coach, you'll always hear me say there's always an open lane somewhere, and there's somewhere to be found where we can make something happen. Like I said, I'm going to give credit to where credit is due. Those guys defensively did a hell of a job. Obviously, would we have liked to have been better? Yes. Clyde would have liked to do some things a little bit better? Yes. But kudos to them. They did a hell of a job of making the play, which gave us an opportunity to kick the ball to them and see our defense hold up and just make plays and end the game the way we did. Like I said, I thought it was a great, outstanding team win, and something that that is uplifting because our guys did a great job of overcoming adversity together and sticking through it, and that was the thing that was impressive about this past weekend.
We've talked before about the fact that you're going to get everybody's best shot, that their most emotional investment each week. For you guys, it's hard to maintain that for 17 games. So how do you as a coach manage that and know when these guys need to be pushed, like a couple of weeks ago, and when you need to back off and just let them figure it out?
We remind them every single day. They hear it from me every single day because we know, just because of the success that we've had, and we know that we're going to get everybody's best shot. And the only way that you can remain ready is by working the way we do. And so we have to physically and mentally prepare our guys to make sure that they understand this is probably going to be the most physical game, the most physical and stressful game in a sense, whereas you're going to have to overcome all issues that we're going to be faced with. But our guys understand that going into this week, just like they do any other week. And so when they're faced with that, that's why we don't stress when we're down by X amount of points. It's all about living in the moment and making sure that our guys have the ability, the capability of coming back when under duress. All right. Thank you.